What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy ThatGuyNamedJay checking in. We out here at the port, man. You know what I mean? I can't really record the port like that, so I get a little glimpse of it. You know what I mean? We out here in the stack, waiting on this container, waiting on this box. You know what I'm talking about? So I got a little bit of time. I figure I'll come up here, man, and I'll show you or tell you about some of the chaotic stuff that goes on in the port. Maybe give you a little insight on port life, you know what I'm saying? For those who are looking for that information, maybe in the Hampton Roads area and are interested in driving for the port. Or you may have a port around you, whether it's in New Jersey, New York, Cali, Illinois, Texas, wherever. It's ports all over the place, man. So if you were something that you are North Carolina, Florida, you know what I'm saying? If you were interested in going to a port near you, maybe I can give you some insight on it, okay, from my perspective out of the Virginia port. Hopefully you watched the whole video. I know it's been a trend of people not watching the full video before they comment, so before you comment, try to at least watch 75% of the video. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people, and I be doing it on purpose, I put a title a certain way just because I know people ain't gonna watch the fucking video, and then they come down there with their dumbass comments in the comment section, and I'm just looking like, you look stupid because this is exactly what I said in the on my video. But whatever, we ain't gonna get into all that. You know, if they want to be dumbasses and try to troll but suck at it, so fucking be it. I'm in a great mood. I have no idea why. It's a Monday. It's the beginning of a new week, new opportunity. It's the same opportunity. I did not switch jobs, but it just, you know, it's still, I guess I still got that new car feeling, if you will. Anyways, so being a port driver is not all that bad. It's not. You feel what I'm saying? I want to get back in the driver's seat, but I'm gonna sit back here because I'm waiting for this this AC or this APU right there to kick on. So, anyways, it's not all that bad to me. You feel what I'm saying? It's a hustle. You know, I've kind of talked about it a little bit with HUD. Is that my joint? Hold on right quick. So I don't want to sit up here, but I got to try to. I got to watch for my because sometimes the way it's supposed to go is once you get in the stack, is that if it's like 4 trucks ahead of you in the stack, those 4 trucks will get their containers dropped or pulled before you. But sometimes they'll skip order and just drop your shit on first, or if you got it empty, they'll pull your shit first. So you got to just pay attention. But a lot of times though, if you in the sleeper berth, sleep or whatever, other drivers will honk the horn at you and shit like that, like, hey, what's up, da 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 da. So, cause like, see, like, you see them 3 trucks up there, them up there, they waiting, they next. You feel what I'm saying? That's how VIG work. You feel what I'm saying? You pull in, if the stack is full, the stack is 5 lanes. If you pull up to the stack, and if you pull up to the stack, and it's all 5 is fucking full, you just sit in front of it and wait for somebody to pull out, and then you got to keep the count up there. Of who's next and all that shit. You gotta keep track of that shit, because I've seen damn near fights break out when, you know, people lose track of who's next, and then somebody go, they think they next and they not, and it get crazy out here, especially when it's busy. Because what it is like with the port, we have an appointment system from when the time the port opens till about 1-2 o'clock. The way that works is like this. Okay, boom. Let's say you wake up and you got a 3 a.m. appointment. That's which is with a port open. You get there 3 a.m. You got to go through the gate. They scan your truck and shit like that. You come to the end gate, and then that's when they you scan your TWIC and they register your appointment, and you tell your boss to tell you what stack to go to. The stacks are pretty much where the cranes are, where they drop the boxes from off of the ship that they've got put like in rows and in columns and shit. They take it from there and put it on your chassis. So it's like 20 stacks, I think, in this particular port, like 20 or 30. And then for each stack, it's 5 lanes. So you could say, yo, I'm in stack 8, lane 3, and that's, you know what I'm saying, where you are. There isn't, when you get assigned to go to a stack, there is no specific lane that you have to be in. You just have to register in that stack. What happens is we got like a little transponder and shit, like that right here. I need to actually zip tie it to my mirror, but I be holding my shit out. that shit scans. When you come in that first gate, it scans it, and it confirms your appointment. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times, if you don't got one of those, you might as well turn the fuck around, because you ain't getting in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no, like, before 2 o'clock, that's the only way you can get in here without a headache. You know what I'm saying? And that scans everything, so you ain't got to talk to nobody, nothing. You know what I'm saying? You pull up to the gate, it may say, if you got it empty, it'll say open your container doors. You open your container doors, they'll look at it from the camera, make sure your shit empty, make sure you ain't got no bombs or no dumb shit, and then you keep it pushing. The chaotic part is after 2 o'clock. See, before 2 o'clock, like I said, you running off appointments, and everything pretty much runs smoothly when you running off appointments. You may get in the port, like, it's a lot of people talk about the port being so busy and backed up. That's after the appointments. As long as you coming in during the appointment times, like VIG opens up at 3, NIT opens up at 5, PMT opens up at 5. PMT still sucks because it's based off an older system. It's a lot of paper and shit like that. It ain't no scan or nothing like that. So it's older. It's like Stone Age when it comes to technology. So it just takes longer naturally because it's, you know, paper and pencil type shit. But VIG and NIT, like, from the time they open to 1, 2 o'clock, when you go in there with an appointment, man, I'm talking about that shit goes so fucking smooth. Unless you run into some complications with your chassis or your box or your truck, obviously. You know what I'm saying? It runs smooth. You'll come in the port, man. I promise you, you'll get in between going in the end gate. Like, I've come in here like 4 in the morning. And if I'm dropping, if I'm picking up, it don't matter what I'm doing. I'm out of here in an hour. I come in, get to like you'll have a situation, you might go to stack 3, right, to drop your empty. Boom, you drop your empty, it takes it off the chassis. That's like, you look like, my bad, my shit cut out, but you look like them trucks up there with just the chassis. You feel what I'm saying? Because what a lot of people don't realize is when you pull it out of the port, like, these trucks, these chassis and these containers are 2 separate parts. So you have the truck and you have the chassis. The chassis is the skeleton, the wheels, the shit that the container sits on. So you put the container onto the chassis, okay? So what that does is it creates a situation where it makes it easier to tip over. That's why a lot of port drivers, if you ever see them slowing down around curves and going stupid slow, it's because, like, in a regular truck and trailer, the trailer is one part. With these chassis, you got 2 different parts. And the only thing that's holding these containers onto these chassis is the 4 parts on. And I'll probably do, like, once I get off the port, technically I'm good because I'm inside of my truck. But, like, I can't get outside of my truck with this camera rolling. But once I get off the port and I go park my shit, I'll kind of try to show you guys what a chassis looks like, how you do it, you know what I'm saying, and all that shit. Try to get more information. I'm trying to get back to doing more informative videos versus just talking about shit. You feel I'm just talking about just me. You feel I feel like that's kind of selfish, even though I do feel like I am my own content, but I want to try to find other things to talk about for the rookies, people looking for new information. Just try to mix it up some, you know what I mean? So that's the purpose of this video. But anyways, like I say, man, you put the chassis, the container on the chassis, you lock it in, and you just drive safely with that joint, because, again, going around curves with 3 different parts, the truck, chassis, and the container, it can get messy if you hit a curve, especially if you forget to do one of them joints. So if you don't zip tie it in, it could get messy. I don't even remember where I left off at. Oh yeah, so before 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, it's really no chaos. But where the chaos comes when you see them pictures where it's 15 lanes and 7 trucks in a lane is after the appointment times. You feel what I'm saying? Then that's when you got to get tricky with it. You got to get here right at 2 o'clock and get in before everybody else, because it get dumb packed. It takes 2. That's when you hear the stories about, oh, I was in the port for 3-4 hours because you know what I mean, you missed your appointment time. So it's all about just being productive and getting up earlier and try to hit the port in the wee hours in the morning versus waiting until 2, 3, 4 o'clock, because you're gonna get screwed. You might lose a load if you're a local driver, or you might mess up your load for the next day if you regional OTR out the port. So it's not hard, man. It's just a lot. It can be chaotic just because the thing about the port is you got to go through a lot more extra stuff than you do in a regular truck and trailer. You know what I'm saying? You in a regular truck and trailer, OTR truck, you deal with your dispatcher, you deal with your shipper, you deal with your receiver. That's it. DOT if you fuck up. In the port, you got to deal with your dispatcher or your broker or whatever the fuck you got. You got to come in here. You got to deal with the in-gate people. You know, some of them be assholes over the phone. A lot of them be cool, but some of them be assholes. You got to deal with port police. Then you got to get in here. You got to deal with the longshoreman. Let me explain something to you. You think dealing with shippers and receivers bad? Try fucking with a longshoreman that's making like $55 an hour and ain't trying to move quick. You feel what I'm saying? You got to wait on these slow-ass crane operators. Some of them be slow, some of them be quick, but some of them will have your container just sitting there, and they'll go on break for 15 minutes. Again, $55 an hour. They milking it. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with, you might got to get a CSA inspection, which means they got to inspect your chassis. Another longshoreman. They might put your chassis out of service. So now you got to drop your chassis, go get another chassis. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with, what else? I think that's pretty much it with everything you got to deal with inside the port. And then you still got to go deal with shippers, receivers, and DOT. So it's just, the thing about the port is not a bad thing to do. You just got to understand everything that comes with it. Once you get adjusted to it, man, it's money to be made here. The port is one of the more consistent things in trucking as far as year-round freight, which is why the rates are always so much cheaper or lower with the port. And, you know, but, I mean, I just feel like it's thousands and millions of port drivers, man. All these guys would be in this port. This guy's been out here 5, 10, 15 years. Out of all the, you know, I'd have had 8 different jobs, right? Out of all the jobs I've had, the port drivers are the ones who have been doing what they've been doing the longest. Not the OTR, not the OTR refrigerated, not the OTR drive-in, not the MBI trash haulers, none of that shit. The ones that have been doing what they've been doing the longest was the port drivers. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of these guys got old, paid-off trucks, and they going 300-400 miles round trip, and they making $2,000 to $2,500 take home every week, home every day. You feel what I'm saying? They getting up 2, 3 in the morning, they home by 2, 3 in the afternoon. And that's what I'm doing right now as a company driver, is I'm doing 2, 3, waking up at 2, 3 in the morning and getting home by 2, 3 in the afternoon, and I'm chilling. But it just depends, because again, sometimes you may get home later. That just might, depending on what you deal with in the port. You feel what I'm saying? It may be a chaotic day. Like, you may hit it at the wrong time. Instead of getting in at 2 o'clock, you might not get there till 3 o'clock because you try to make it back from wherever your delivery was. And let's say it was in Carolina and there was an accident on 85. They put you back an hour. Now you hit it at the wrong time. You be in this bitch all day. You see what I'm saying? So, but as I continue to go through my journey as a port driver, I'll definitely do more videos, do more informational videos about the port. And whatever other videos you guys want to see from me, you know I'm not the most informative, I'm not the most experienced, but whatever type of perspective I can give on anything, you know, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm going to do more port videos. I'm going to do more videos about being regional, being, you know, dedicated OTR, home every other day and shit like that. And I'm going to just keep trying to put my spin on things and be unique as and different as possible, as corny as that sounds. So look, a HUD truck right there. HUD. Ooh. But as always, man, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive, God Family Truck, and I'm getting back to this bag.